Yes, thank you, Nishant. Welcome, welcome, sir. Thank you for the invite. Thank you. No no problem. Thank you, Rajan, sir. All right. Thank you, sir. So let's begin the. Thank you, and thank you, Nishant, for coordinating this, and all the students that have joined. How are you all today? Can I have the answers on the chat, please? Good. Right? You had your college today? Yes. No? Yes. All right. So good to see you all today in this session. All right. And today we are going to see about blockchain and certain of its technologies. All right. And which year you all belong to. You can put it onto the chat. If it is computer science, you can put it like one CSE or second year or third year. All right. Vinudha has given us third year. Others, second year. Thank you. Only two, three, yes. Oh, you can put just two, that is enough. Second is not needed. All right. Others are all which department? We have almost like 39 plus students. All right. All right. Uh, so second years and third years we have planned, right? This is the my third session for the day, right? So morning, yeah, we have been taking 30 hours course for SDNP Vaishnav College for all the PG students, approximately nearing 300 students, right? So they come in two batches. So each batch is like 150 students. And yeah, we have been training them. Today is a day 12 per day. We take two sessions. And that is how we have been handling. And it's a long drive from my home, right? And yeah, this is the third session. Almost every day, sometime or the other, I have an atal speech or some speech or the other that's going on. All right. Today we are going to see about building decentralized applications, right? So dApps, it comes under blockchain, all right? Do you have a course that you learn about blockchain technology? Yes or no? Do you have a course that you learn about blockchain technology? Yes, no? Yes, you are learning about blockchain technology. That's good. And today, let's start with do you have practicals for this course that you're learning? Yes, no. Okay. Let's just brush up. See, first, basically understanding. More emphasis will be on smart contracts. Have you learned about smart contracts? Have you learned about smart contracts? Yes, no? No. No, all right. See that we'll be seeing into it, right? Before we start the session, can you find what's a mistake on the slide? I'll give you 15 seconds. Can you find what's the mistake on the slide? You can unmute and give the answer, or you can give the answers on the chat. Can you unmute and speak? What is the mistake on this? You have to see meticulously. It's a mistake, but you need to look onto it so deeply to figure it out. Anyone? Please, can you unmute and tell what's the mistake? Yes, please. Anyone? Can't find the mistake? Any tries at least? Any try? After the, after the, there is, after there is mistake. Okay, but that's not the mistake. Good try. Thank you, Jayant. What's the mistake onto this? Yeah, can you say Varshini? Yes, Varshini has got it right. See, if you see onto this, this is ONE1, which has a O, and 4 has got a O. In 2, if you see, the width is less because this is not O, this is 0. All right. So that's the mistake. The answer is 2, because the letter 2 has the word 0 instead of O. Thank you, Varshini. A big round of applause for finding of it. Let's move on to the next thing. All right. What's a mistake in this? There are 3 mistakes. Make it fast. Make it fast. Answers on the chat, or you can unmute. A clock is, it is not in. It's on the other way of direction. All right. Thank you. A number of days in the month. Thank you, Lasya. Yeah, you're right. June doesn't have 31 days. All right. And one more. One more. Quick, 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 quick. Quick. Able to find? Give me 15 seconds. The third mistake, the 2 mistakes you have got, and one more we need to figure it out. The tabletop, yeah, the tabletop is right. Good try, but not the right answer. Yes, weeks, days. Let me give you the answer. The right answer is, if you find see the shoe of this lady, one is a shoe and one is a sandex. She's not wearing the correct slippers, right? Or the footwear. So this is how it happens in blockchain technology. Like, things looks, because when you know the fact that June does not have 31 days, you are able to figure out the, from the facts you're able to find out the errors. All right. And also, you know the clockwise direction of the clock, and it is on the anti-clockwise, and that is what you're able to find it out. When you say into blockchain, it's a chain of blocks, and you know the each block has got a data, each block has got a hash of the previous and the next. But I always say technology is technology, right? The technology is technology. So when you see to it, uh, so this is how a block is a three-dimensional data, right? It's a chain of blocks. All right. So a block contains the data, what data you want to store, and the hash of those data, and the hash of the previous block. All right. Do you agree with me in this? At the end of the session, we'll have a multiple choice question. Let's see who wins the game. All right. So this is the very very basics of it, right? So what is blockchain? It's a shared immutable ledger that facilitates the process of recording transactions and tracking assets in a business, right? The blockchain is a technology. Bitcoin is a cryptocurrency, right? With blockchain, right, using those technology, you can use it for various purpose even without Bitcoin. All right. So if you want to put your asset, right, asset into tangible asset, a house, a car, and a land, right, intangible, right, that could be the intellectual properties, the patents, all right, and tracking or assets in a business network. Those things could be taken, all right, and so, for virtually anything of value can be tracked or traded on a blockchain. That reduces risks and cutting edge technology, right? So, when you see to it, what are the technology that you know in Karnataka that uses blockchain? That uses blockchain. Can you tell me? Yes, please. Yes. Can I have the answers on the chat? Banking, with respect to your college. Sorry, with respect to your state, not your college. Your banking technology uses. Other than that, I got it from Nishant. What about others? E-Khata, all right. Then it's not technology, how it has been used in its real time. That's very important to understand. Yes. So it could be anything. It's a chain of blocks, all right, that you can use it and how it works, right? And next we'll be moving on to this is how the blockchain works, right? This is how the blockchain technology works. You have the first block is called as the genesis block. Whenever the previous hash is of 000, it is called a genesis block, right? It is called as a genesis block. To know, that's the, I don't know if you are a Christian, if you read, or anybody who reads Bible, the first chapter of Bible is Genesis. Or maybe I don't know, somewhere the name is gotten from that, right? The name, it's been retrieved from that, and that shows that it's the first hash, right? The first block. So you have the hash of this, and then followingly you have the next block. So the next block will have the hash of the previous hash and the current hash, right? So and then when you move on, so even when you take a data, if there is a very 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 small change on the data also, all right, when there is a very small change on the data also, it will be taken, right? It will be added as a new block, right? And that is totally, how many of you have learned Python? Then you should have known about list and tuples, right? List is mutable, tuples are immutable. How many knew this? Can you give a reaction like a right hands? Yes, thank you, Priyanshni. Others? Yeah, only one. Others are here? Yes, no? All right. So like that here. Thank you, Ketan Rao, Varshini. All right. So this is how you find it out, right? The very, very first hyperlink info system, right? They're the first Indian company that uses blockchain technology, that started using a blockchain technology. So the first one on the list of blockchain companies, especially in India, right? Especially in India, is the hyperlink info system. So who founded this? This is founded by Harnell Horza, right? Harnell Horza founded Hyperlink Infosystem the year 2011. right? In addition to online and app development, hyperlink is system. What they do, assemble a skill team to design and create blockchain based solutions for their global clients, right? For their global client. So in 2011, the first blockchain company in India was introduced by Harnal Horza. The name of the company is Hyperlink Infosystem. Have you heard about it? Yes or no? Or it is new? If it is new, type N on the chat if you have not heard about hyperlink. Thank you. All right, let's see the. So this is the website, like hyperlink infosystem. Right here, you can see what are the technology like for education, real estate, logistics, entertainment, healthcare, retail, food, on-demand service, fintech, travel. Almost they take everything, right? On are they providing services or not? And yeah, they are spread over, right? And they've got all kinds of, because they work with many of them, right? And you can see to it what hyperlink system they do. They have the first mobile company app development website, so many they are official partners with. And this company uses blockchain technology, right? And you can see to it what are the services they provide. All right. And one such, they were the first who started working with blockchain technology. When you click on case studies, you'll be able to figure it out, right? So, can you see who are there? Case studies and what they have developed, right? So, and also you can go on to the resources to find it out, right? And what are the industries I showed you, right? And what are the services they provide. All right. Can you see here blockchain development onto their services? Yeah, they go beyond, and here they do the next generation blockchain development services, right? And they build customized blockchains, right? Contract. That's what we'll be seeing about smart contracts. All right, DeFi solutions, right? I don't know. It's not. Web3 development, dApps, right? Like we are going to see about the decentralized. They develop it, the supply chain, and these are most of their development services. All right. They use Ethereum for the front end. They use different tools. For back end, they use like Solidity and other tools. And have you heard about Solidity? Yes or no? Solidity. Have you heard or learned about Solidity? Yes, no? Yes. Thank you, Nishant. Oh, some yes, some no. All right, I can show you like this is the Solidity programming language, right? So this is a programming language designed for developing smart contracts that runs on Ethereum, right? I'll be speaking about Ethereum. All right, this is a programming language that is used for developing smart contracts that runs on this Ethereum, right? For this, one of the languages Solidity, right? For this is Solidity, all right? So, all right. All right. I hope you know how blockchain works, right? So each transaction occurs and it is recorded as a block, right? One before and one after. It's irreversible change, right? So when you want to transaction, right? Even when banking, if you're using net banking, that uses blockchain technology. All right, then a transaction is required. A block is that represents the transaction is created. It is sent to everything. And one thing, the network that blockchain uses is called peer-to-peer network, right? Each of the node is connected with all the nodes, right? And then they go for validating the transaction. Then they receive a proof of work. Then the block is added and the transaction is complete, right? So this is generally blockchain. I'm not going into more of the introduction. I hope you know about it. Whenever if the block is accepted along with the time stamping, right? Because of lot of fraudulent transactions started happening and non-ethical and timestamps data was not correct, and that's what this technology came into existence, right? So if I'm going to have one block onto my chain, I will be sending it to all my peer-to-peer networks, and the peer-to-peer networks will check it out, right? If it is really worth it, right? And then they find, then they given consensus, right? That okay, I agree to this block to be connected to this thing. When every block voted back, then the new block has been added, right? There are several types of blockchain. One is a public blockchain, second is a private blockchain, third is a permission blockchain, and the fourth is built by a consortium. So this is consortium blockchains, this is semi-private, this is public, so it is more accessible. And private, you cannot access, only certain organization or only certain institution only can use it, right? So in public blockchain, anyone can join, anyone can participate, right? Such as Bitcoin, right? If you have a Bitcoin, what is the value of one Bitcoin? Can I have the answers on the chat, please? What is the value of one Bitcoin? You can Google search also and you can tell me what is the value of one block, sorry, one Bitcoin. Yes, around 50 lakhs. All right. Others? All right. Exactly, Varshini. Right. So 81 comma 18 comma 224. Right. Almost 81 lakhs. Right. Almost 81 lakhs. So that's the cost of one Bitcoin. So if you have Bitcoin, then you can be, that's a cryptocurrency, then you can join and participate. Private is, that's what the decentralized, peer to peer. You remember I told it's totally a peer to peer network. Then third is permissioned or need to obtain an invitation, right? So that's a permissioned network, right? And right, so you need to obtain whether you can join that network or not, right? Otherwise you will not be able to do it, right? And next is built by consortium, like participants need to get a permission and have shared responsibilities for the blockchain. So blockchain is used in many different industry. The annual blockchain spending is, they said it will reach 2023 itself by 16 billion, right? So what is the current, can you see search and tell me what is the current 2024's annual spending of blockchain? Anyone? Spending of blockchain in this year. Quick, I want you to find it out. Before knowing the technology, let's know. Make it fast. You can Google search and answer it. I want everybody to answer. USD 19 billion. Thank you, Varshini, and thank you, Priyanshini. Right? See, 19 billion. See, it was approximately 16 billion, they said, but in 2024 we are crossed because many technology, right? Many industries have adopted. So future, they say it's already will be using many applications in different industries, right? You know AI, right? What is AI? What is AI? It's artificial intelligence. Do you use artificial intelligence in a day to day? Yes or no? Yes, ages back it was like something a blooming word, but we are using artificial and maybe a strong AI or a weak AI or a specialized AI. We do so the same way. Blockchain also will be into different applications, right? So it's already used for facilitating now for identifying management, supply chain, smart contracts, right? So the future of blockchain major lies in cybersecurity, like the security, because that remains to be discovered. Now let's see what are the blockchain technology that is in India, right? That the Indian government. So I'll give this link on to the chat. We post this session, you can find it out. All right, but now listen to it, right? So this is the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, NIC, and Center of Excellence in Blockchain. They work with this sector in India as on 19. So as on today, you see five products, right? Certificates. If you have done your examination under CBSE, then your 12th marks are into the blockchain, right? The documents chain, the drug logistics chain, the judiciary chain, and the property chain. So these are the chains, right? Now you can see Karnataka, right? Can you see CBSE, Andhra Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Delhi, Karnataka, Maharashtra, these are the states that they use blockchain. You belong to Karnataka, yes or no? Yes, no? Yes. All right. Yeah. And what are the departments? You can see CBSE, I told you. The CBSE mark sheets are into this. And next is drug logistics, your state, right? Karnataka. Drugs is the medicines, right? The medicines, whether it is directly from the inventory to the how it is going to the from the inventory, from the manufacturers to the suppliers to the inventory to the end people. And also your SSLC and PUC of Karnataka PU exam. I remember you write your PU exams, right? Yes. Give a reaction, please. Yes, and then the Karnataka Secondary Education Board, right? All those things are into this PUCs, right? And or into blockchain technology. Then Chhattisgarh and Nursing and Pharma of Maharashtra, Manipur Council of Higher Education, Andhra Pradesh Water Department, Delhi Revenue Department, Karnataka, your Revenue Department, I think Karnataka state is using most of blockchain in comparison with all the other states in India. All right, and the Ministry of Consumer Affairs, the Revenue Department, and Puducherry. They do, and property again, your Revenue Department and Town Municipal Council and City Corporation. Your state is very strong on blockchain, right? And the Judiciary Department, right? So these are the departments that they use in India, and you can see what are the documents. This is from the Karnataka state. This is the CBSC, right? And you can see to it how many in certificates in Karnataka. See the revenue department, how many certificates are there in blockchain and economics, and also in the property. Also, you can see how many in revenue, town municipal corporation, and how many in city union corporation. Can you see to it? Yes. Yes. No. For how many of you this information is new that your state is using blockchain technologies? If it is new, type N on the chat. If it is new that you don't know that these have been type N on the chat. See, you are in Karnataka and you should know about it, right? See, the only three have responded out of 30. What about others? Which means you've just connected and you're not. If you're connected to this, if for you, if this blockchain technology that Karnataka is using so much is not known and now only you know about it, type N on the chat. Yes, this is the only way. Those who could keep your cameras on, you can keep your cameras on. I almost always I have cameras on for all my sessions. All right, it's more personal, right? It's looking like you're speaking to. Otherwise, it will be like I am speaking to a system and you're also speaking to a system. Able to understand? Yes. All right. So blockchain can be used to secure access to identifying information in general, identifying and while improving access for those who need it in industries such as travel, healthcare, finance, and education, right? They all use it. So, first time when I started this session, I was asking you what are the applications. In banking, it is used in healthcare, in real estate, and IoT. You remember I showed you about the first website, right? About how they use for hyperlink info system, right? Supply chain. Then government, cyber security they use for social media and AI. So these are the different applications of it, right? So when you come into the use cases of blockchain technology, government and the public sector, the digital identities, like we have Aadhaar card here, you have some identifier, the registries, the healthcare, right? Your health, COVID vaccinations, right? And regulations and administration. Then you have our Aadhaar card, which is connected with the COVID vaccination, like voting, data storage, and central banking. So identity manager management is very as a cornerstone of government services, right? They need to verify your academic credentials because there are many fake people interacting with the tax systems, right? Who's the person authorized, how much amount they need to pay. Your EHR, right? EHR is your health records, right? That should be very, very secure, right? Because it speaks about your health, who and all have got pensions, what are the grants, all right, they fail to fine. So in registries, right, you when you go and buy a land, you get into registries, that land titles registering to the corporate. When we start a company, we have two companies, one is CIRF and CIIT, that is Computation Intelligence Research Foundation, which is a section 8 company registered under Ministry of Corporate Affairs. The other is CIIT, which is Computational Intelligence Innotech Private Limited. All right, that is a private limited company, and this is registered under Ministry of Corporate Affairs, right? So managing these is a tools and resulting in corruption, fraud, and high cost. Real time, for instance, Republic of Georgia was the first nation to implement block-based land register. Now they've got 1.5 million registered. That is distributed ledgers, right? And healthcare, right? This is one Simply Vital, right? They've created two blockchain. First is connecting cash, tracking the progress of the patients after they leave the hospital. The second application, Health Nexus, to provide decentralized blockchain patient records, right? So there's one more startup company, Gem, is working with the disease control to bring blockchain storing of disease breakouts in India. All right. So before knowing that, you should know the technology, how it works. So you're able to understand till now? Yes, no? Yes or no? Yes, thank you, Priyanshi. Right? In regulation and aviation, right? In the flight manufacturing, pharmaceuticals, like in fever, we take paracetamol. There are so many variations of paracetamol. If it is through blockchain, we will know who has produced it. Is it the authorized producer, and then how it is launched into the market, and the authenticity of the product, the medical equipment, the security measurements, and the food supply. Food also plays a very, very vital role, right? Once it so happened. The which they for the children, right, they feed the food, right, nan powders, right, from Nestle or some company, right? And they incorporated blockchain, and to find, because once such happened, that was not a good product, and many child had got some health issues because of that. Once this company got into blockchain, their revenue has increased because they give the authenticity of the product, right? And this is consumable by the months old children or not, right? In administration of government management, from pensions to healthcare, lot of things they use blockchain. In voting, right, electronic votings, they provide the transparency, and you cannot change it once the vote is given. Then the next is central bank digital currency. The digital token similar to cryptocurrency, right? That's issued by the central bank. Like many countries are using CPDC. right? Real time blockchain. All right, now let's move delve into what is smart contract. Right? Have you written any smart contracts in your course, or you have learned about smart contracts? Yes, type Y on the chat. No, type N on the chat. No, no. Only two, three are answering. What about others? All right. So smart contracts are simple programs that are stored on a blockchain that runs when predetermined conditions are met. When you have your conditions that reaches, then the smart contract. So you should be to write smart contract. You have to learn different languages. So I showed you, right? Like Solidity or any programs could be for the front end, back end, and how it works, right? And for the automation of the execution of the agreement, so that the participants can immediately certain out of the outcomes, right? So here, if you see this is how smart contracts work. You- solidity. Now you understood what a smart contract. No, if you want to have a smart contract, the best platform is Ethereum. To write a smart contract, the language that you should know is Solidity. All right. So first you identify the agreements, you set the conditions and what's the business logic. Then you encrypt and between the blockchain and execute, and it is updated onto the network. This you should always keep strong in mind. It is a peer-to-peer network. So when you have centralized application, it's a single owner, right? Resides and controlled by the owner. For example, if you see Google Pay or a WhatsApp, it's a single owner, right? User interacts by downloading a copy of it and receiving back and forth. The centralized applications, right? Decentralized is everybody will be able to access it, right? So that's the difference. So when there are decentralized applications are developed using Ethereum and power, Ethereum dApps, that is decentralized applications, they use smart contracts for their logic. Okay, they're deployed on the Ethereum network and they use the blockchain for data storage. What is dApps? dApps are applications. So, what do I say? You don't have a central and everybody uses the same application. Use trustless protocols. There is no single point of failure, or they are typically open source, right? So that's the difference between centralized application and your decentralized application. If you know about Uniswap, right, it's a decentralized exchange that uses automated liquidity protocol, right? Swap between any two Ethereum assets, right? That can be done using Uniswap, right? Have you heard about Uniswap? Yes, this is the website of it, right? Swap. So if you want to buy it, right, and then if you want to swap it, then they say it is Uniswap, right? And see Ethereum and see swapping made easy through this Uniswap application, right? So how many times and how many swaps, and you can figure it, learn it out, right? And next is Maker DAO, like decentralized say credit platforms on Ethereum. That's uses DAI stable coins. All right. And the next one is Compound. It's a decentralized block based application that allows you to lend and borrow cryptocurrency. And Decentraland, it's a VR platform on Ethereum. You can purchase land, build it, monetize it. It's also on virtual reality. These are some examples. So the advantages of dApps is promotes privacy, resists censorship, and enables dApp. Right? Cons is, and I may not be able to scale it up very much further. What is DeFi? Right. Next, you should know the word DeFi. DeFi stands for decentralized finance. Right. So Ethereum dApps can provide financial services like lending, borrowing, and for a decentralized manner. They're like Uniswap, right? AVA and Compound. Can you see here? It uses Uniswap protocols with billions of dollars in weekly across thousands on Ethereum and seven other chaining networks. So you can trade or what you want to do with Uniswap. You can use the protocol to vote governance. All right. So here it works with DeFi. What is DeFi? You can either send or you can, how much amount I don't know, simply I'm going to, you can give the amount here, $100 or something, to which wallet, or you want to buy from when, from which token, from which country, right? You can see to it from Ethereum or whatever it is. This is for swapping, this is for the limits, and for sending and buying. And you can see the positions, top hold positions, right? And this is called DeFi, right? That is decentralized finance. Provides financial for lending, borrowing, and next is NFT. NFT, have you heard about NFT? Yes, no? NFT, have you heard about NFT? Non fungible tokens. You're all there? Yes or no? I'm not getting any response. No, okay. So that's very important. They are the unique digital assets, right, on the Ethereum blocks, right? They can be for digital artwork to real estate. Like they use like OpenSea, Rarible, or examples of NFT. Next is DEX, that is the apps on Ethereum. That is a digital decentralized exchange, like Uniswap. I said, right. Um, this is So when you take centralized, the transport is very high. Here, transport is very low. This is low quality compost. This is high quality. Needs advanced technology. This is simple technology. Large facilities. It just uses small facilities. High treatment, and it is low treatment cost. Now, when you come to this, right, you can see how the NFT looks like. Like NFT for art, they can have a non-fungible tokens, right? And for communities, right, we can have, right, so examples you can see how this fungible tokens, non-fungible tokens are used, right? So for they use for art to real estate, right? So this is an example of NFT. Scams over involving the apps, right? Scams, there are so many different scams are available. What So we should be very very careful of what it happens. Like scams have been through the dApps, the Ponzi schemes, right, where investors are paying a lot, right, where investors are paying a lot, and upon investors, and to create the appearance of big profit, fake initial coins. So if it is free, be very careful. And also they have got a lot of phishing attacks. You click a link and they say you can invest onto that, then you can get more amount. There are so many scams available. Top blockchain dApps are, sorry, Uniswap. I showed you. You can make a screenshot or you can make a note of it. Post this session, you can figure it out. This maker do compound, AAVE. So this is of AAVE. That's also very popular, largest liquidity protocol. Like how do you swap? What is the interest? What are the supplies? Almost they use 13 networks. You can open the app. This is how the app looks like. You can switch tokens. You can connect to wallets, maybe a browser wallet or anything. All right, and you can see the marketing, how it works look like. Can you see the value of Ethereum's here, total supplied? GHO, right? That is also a multicolorized stable coin made by this. So many assets are there. Next, let's see what is DAO. Decentralized Autonomous Organization. It's an emerging form of legal structure that has no central government, right? A governing body, but they share a common goal to act the best of it. That is called DAO. So they are popularized through cryptocurrency enthusiasts and blockchain technology people. So to make decisions in a bottom-up management approach, right? They prioritize and they can leave a DAO, right, drained of million of its treasury. So one of the major goal of DAO is to see whether the digital currencies are decentralized. They are not controlled by one single institution. or a government or a bank, but they are divided by different companies, networks, and nodes. But there's a lot of security measures need to be taken onto it, right? In many cases, virtual currencies make use of this to attain privacy. The concept is not oversight, and it's not under a centralized organization, right? DAO, the decentralized autonomous organization, operates on tools like Ethereum, right? Ethereum, and you can see how a sample smart contract looks like, right? With Solidity programming, right? So Solidity is a very simple programming. How many of you know JavaScript? How many of you know JavaScript? Yes, no? JavaScript, how many of you know? No. Okay, JavaScript is a very, very simple language. I can show you how a smart contract, you understand, right? Smart contracts are used, and it's using the platform Ethereum. In Ethereum, if you're going to use, you have to write programs like this if you want to storage, right? Pragma Solidity, contract simple storage. And here it's the storage data. This is how your programming looks like in JavaScript, right? Sorry, in Solidity. If you want to write your coin, can you see? You can see a simple how for storage example and for subcurrency examples, right? So this is how the transaction looks like, and the blocks. So most of them they use. This is a structure of a contract, simple smart contract structure. This is an example of what I showed you, Solidity. um, if you want to do it for voting, right? So blind auction, then this is how your program. You can also use this IDE. This IDE is called a remix IDE, right? A remix IDE. You want to learn, or you want to prototype, or you want to develop for production. So first you can click on learn. I hope the screen is shared with you and you're able to see. Yes, you can use remix IDE, right? That's an integrated development. It has got its Solidity compiler, and you can deploy it, right? Once you click it, then it start running. Once it is run, then you'll get it as a contract.sol, the file, right? This is a sample example program. You can use it is remix.ethereum.org. In this portal, you can use using Solidity programming. Now you understood how to you understood what is the pathway to make a smart contract. Yes, no? You're all there with me? I've given the link on the chat. Yes. If all right, I can get it from Nishant. What about others? Smart contract, if you want to do, you need a platform like Ethereum. In that Ethereum, if you want to write a smart contract, we should know Solidity language to create a smart contract using Solidity. The ID is a remix. Yes, if you are all on the session, can you click raise hands, please? You're on the session, can you click raise hands? Yes, yeah, Priyanshini, Disha, one, two, three, a few, yeah, Abrar. All right. Able to understand till now? Yes. So developers they write the smart contracts and serve as a DAO backdrop, right? They define the rules and you can create using smart. Then funding the DAOs, right? So through a process of token sale or initial here, where you should be very clear it is a scam or the real blockchain, right? So in for its own tokens of Ether, and for voting and proposal how they submit for spending, how this funds could be spent on DAO. After the voting proposal is submitted, the members vote whether to approve this component or not. If they say if they receive enough, it is approved. Otherwise, it is not approved. If it is approved, then the smart contract carries out the proposal using those DAO funds. I told you, right? It's fully distributed, right? And continued its operations, and then it's decentralized and it's not under one single person, and individuals may not be feel empowered to connect with an entity, and it is publicity because it is using blockchain and make publicly viewable. But there are certain limitations of this decentralized autonomous organization. It's because of its speed, the education people need to learn more about it even more, and its inefficiency and security. All right. The what are the advantages? A variety of individuals can come together to form and act as a single entity because it is decentralized. It's not among one center person. More individuals have voice in planning, strategy, and operation of the entity. How this fund should be used, how it is to be done, right? And as votes are publicly viewable, token holders are naturally have got more responsibility. That you are having the token, then your name is there, and they feel empowered to connect with. But concept it often takes because you need to get a consent from everyone to approve that funds. So it takes lot of time because more voting participants, and it is very difficult to educate people, right? And more time is needed for casting votes and other purposes. Next is this is a storage swarm and whisper. Right, swarm is a decentralized storage system. It is designed to be a content addressable peer-to-peer storage. Right here, contracts can be programmed to connect to database and then to compute. Once it is approved, then they compute computations and make management between those. This allows the dApps to maintain the state of data of chains, right? And that can be stored on Ethereum blockchain itself. It's expensive, but it is slow. The next is Whisper. It is also known as EIP 627, right? It is also known as EIP 627, right? And it's again a peer-to-peer communication, and it's a protocol for dApps, right? And it is allowed to for secure and anonymous communication. And here it uses a concept called as dark routing, right? So you cannot discern who's sending and who's receiving it, right? But it is all through authorized. So this is how it works. Can you see here dApps? It can be using the front end, back end, and then the contracts. Ethereum. What is the language to write Ethereum smart contract? What is the language to write Ethereum smart contract? Answers on chat, please. You have any question? Disha, Diksha, Dharni, you're raising hands. Can you put on to the chat, or you can unmute and say what is the language, programming language used for Ethereum smart contract? What is the language? Solidity. It is solidity, right? Swarm and whispers are storage, dApp storage, right? And these are the components of dApps. First, you have a smart contract, a front end logic, a user interface that you can use HTML and JavaScript, and then is data storage, Swarm and Whisper, right? So here you write your smart contract. If you're going to use it in Ethereum, then Ethereum smart contract, you'll be using it for Solidity and the platform. For example, you can use it as Remix, right? And it front end, back end, HTML, JavaScript, normal Java programming like a website, and you need storage, right? That's what I told you about. This is how an Ethereum dApp application looks like. You'll be using the browser using internet, then you go into the MetaMask where we have the front end, then you use a JSON and RPC, then what are the providers they have, and then you have got different smart contracts running on the Ethereum virtual machine, and Ethereum virtual machine is connected to the Ethereum blockchain. Get it? You're able to get it? This is about how do you build your dApps application. You should be strong on website technologies and the RPCs, and how to write smart contract using Solidity and on Remix IDE. So first you have to define for what purpose you are doing it. And, any doubts, Deeksha? All right, and then you have to design the smart contract. You have to create the free. You have to prioritize how to take the backup and employ security measures. This is how you create it. First, you use a smart contract like front end. Then you go on to the Ethereum nodes, and then you deploy it on the cloud deployment, and the user can access it. This is how you can create your dApps. Able to understand? Yes, no? All right. Now let's play a small MCQ. I've given the link on the chat. You can click the link on the chat and join. Or you can use slido.com and join also. Click on the link and join. Make it fast. I can see Priyanshini. Others. Only three have joined. What about others? I think let's begin. As only a few only have joined. Others are joining. Only three, seven have joined. Others, you are joining. We have. Okay, let's start. Others can still join. Yeah, I got the answer. The correct answer is both tangible and intangible. Only four have answered. So first is Nishant, second is Nikhil, Priyanshni, and Disha. Let's move on to the next question. Who founded Hyperlink Info System? The right answer, Harnal Horza. On the first place, again Nishant. Second, Priyanshni. I don't know. Third is E241213. I don't know if you have taken from our code, right? What is E24 is this is a 13th event of this month, 2024, 12th month, 13th event. That is what this event name I have coded as E241213, and some of you have used the same. I don't know who's the person. That's fine. Let's move on to the third question. Which of the following is an example of, where is it? Public blockchain. Bitcoin or classic Ethereum or Napoleon? The right answer is Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the public. I told you, right? Public blockchain example is Bitcoin. Right? But yes, answer it right. All right. Let's move on to the fourth question. What do Ethereum dApps use for their logic, to build their logics? They use machine learning or smart contracts or blockchain or tokens. And the right answer is smart contract. Most of you have given the right answer on the first place. Nishant, Priyanshni, and Apshika. The final question that defines. I told you about the storage, right? The whisper is one type, and what is whisper known as? Each 627 on the first place, it's Nishant, the coordinator. Second, Priyanshni, Apshika, Disha, and Vashini. Thank you. I hope this session you would have learned about blockchain and how to build a decentralized application, right? So, any questions, I can give my links onto the chat and you can figure it out. If you want to get connected, you can get connected. Any questions, you can ask. Yes, or to the organizers. Thank you. Thank you, Nish. Thank you. Thank you all. God bless. Bye bye.